You'll see that big peak over there. That's where we're headed to today. Well, good morning. It is June 12th. Today we are going to drive up there to Big Windy and see if we can get to the top of it. Hopefully the road still ain't blocked with snow. But as always with our adventures, everything could change with a random decision of mine, so. But we'll get ready and then we'll take you guys along for a little ride. Well, it's been a while since we've checked on them baby robins. Why don't we do that one last time? I bet they're about almost as big as their mom by now. Well, we made it up here to this little cabin, take our little break. still standing from last year. Although somebody built some kind of a little, I call it a Bigfoot shelter, but I know it's not. Took the old logs off that collapsed cabin and made a little teepee type dwelling there. There's the old bear dog. She just come running up the road. But anyways, we were here last year. If you want to check those videos out, I'll link them back there at the back of the video. She is pretty up here. It smells wonderful. We thought we'd get up here kind of early to beat the crowd. Got the little Bambi there snorting and snooping around. And Bamber. But anyways, we're on the what I call Squaw Creek Road. I'm sure the maps have got something else on it now, but one they call, I cannot pronounce it. I think it's in Shoshone language. But this was once always marked as Squaw Creek, so that's what we always call it. We're going to try to get up over the top. We'll find out here soon when we hit the old cat if we can get through. But we need to get up here pretty early to beat all the weirdos in the crowd. That'll be coming as soon as they roll out of bed and stuff their bellies with breakfast. They'll be coming up. So we'll take a little break here and we'll get back with you. Hey. Hey. Oh, that was a big snort. What you looking for, huh? Squirrel? The old white dog out there. Checking things out with Suki. Yeah, the old cabin's still standing, but one of these years it won't. I guess kind of like us. goofy dog. Well, we made it up here to the old cat anyways. Not quite on top of the world, but we're getting there. That dog. Well, you guys might remember that old cat from the videos last year. Still got some snow up there. We got to go up over the top of that peak to get to the top. And there's usually a big snowbank down here that prevents it this time of year. But then you get a bunch of idiots that got to take their side-by-sides and try to climb everything in sight. They wonder why they're closing down all the trails. Some people just don't understand it. I'll see if we can set us up for a quick time lapse while I'm right here. Well, dogs and snow. Boy, it's a windy one up here today. Looks like we got more storms in for the afternoon. Whew. You can see that road up there. That's where we gotta go, and I still see snow on it, so we'll go down in a little ways and see what it does, but I don't have high hopes of making it over the top today. Well, we got one of these high mountain storms rolling in. Really starting to get windy up here. Had a guy up here on another side-by-side. I was hoping they would try going all the way through, but they turned around. I do know that this isn't a place to be when you got these storms rolling in like this. Lightning can get really nasty up here in the high country. Well, we made it to the, I guess, the pass. That side there drops down to quartzite. The trail we wanted to take still has some snow on it. I can see it. Well, that's quite the view. That down there is the Birch Creek Valley. Boy, the wind's getting with it now. Yeah, I think it's probably about time we head down. I don't want to get stuck in a lightning storm up here. We'll be back up here later this summer. We'll make the complete loop again. The trail we want to be on is this one going off to the left here. But it goes across to that, where all that snow's at up there. Not quite a bit up higher, but right in that area there. Another week and a half, just about like we always figure, about the 1st of July before you get over these. But now it's starting to rain, so we're gonna head on back. What I thought was rain on the windshield is actually some really wet snowflakes. Well, all these big old piles of rock here, That's what is called a moraine. But the glaciers were up in here, and as it receded, it left these deposits behind. I can just imagine how thick that ice was up here at the time as it receded and left this much debris. Yeah, she's still at it. The goofiest dog in the world, I think. Well, that was a rough, steep trail. Always like going up that, though. It's too bad we couldn't get all the way across, but these lightning storms in this high country is nothing to mess around with either. But now that we're down here low again, I think we need to run out and see if those bitterroots are blooming. Let's go see if they are. Well, guys, we're going to have a quick little snack. And then we down the place out of the wind. Dookie. Boy, that wind is blowing today. Found a nice big old cottonwood to lean up against and have our little trail snack. I always remember as a little kid we would have those little cheese and crackers, you know, that came with the little package with the little red spreader for the cheese. That was always our snack for our trail rides. Like little Bambi's having a tough time with their little jerky treat. Come here. Oh, this is Bambi's. Anyway, these things are pretty good. It's Golden Island and Korean barbecue snack bites. Pretty good little treat there. And we're going to finish up our little snack and then we'll go look for that bitterroot. Feel good to be in the shade, huh? of the wind. You ready to go? Yeah. We'll go out in the hot desert, huh? What do you want, goofball, huh? That's my goofball dog. Boy, that crick sounds good. Quite the sight to see that little creek flowing out here in the arid part of the plains here. Now, I'm not sure what the heck these are. There's no leaf, it just comes straight up out of the dirt there on a stalk. I'm not sure. I'll take it back and identify it and let you know. And this little thing I said was a primrose, but no, it's not. And just as I picked that, I noticed these two little tiny cactuses, little round buttons. Well, there's our bitterroot. I've seen some better ones on the way in, though. We'll stop and look at them. Well, the little yellow hort, and here's the who flower. After so long, they turn red like this. This is tufted buckwheat. Yeah, there's a good specimen of a bitterroot. I've seen them with flowers twice this size in other places, but man, they're just a pretty flower, or at least I think so. Somebody tell me that ain't a black widow. I sure don't see the hourglass on it, but boy, it sure looks like one. Got a grasshopper there in its web. It's black and shiny. I don't know what other kind of spider it would be, but I'm pretty sure that's one without the red hourglass on it. Well, the prickly pear cactus next to this black widow. She's just right there. It's getting ready to bloom too. We're going to take some of this pink Indian paintbrush back and make sure that's what it is as well. We got all the colors of the paintbrushes all in one there, along with some little tiny, I think those are some kind of an aster or some kind of a little flower. Look at these things. These are kind of a, I don't know what color that is. And then we've got the orange. And then we got the yellow. Well, the sun's starting to set. Kind of running out of time. Try to find some wildlife, but the amount of craziness hasn't subsided at all up here with some of the people. So we're not going to see anything tonight. We did have our pie iron pizza. I didn't film that because we're having a family reunion right now and just doesn't feel right to stick a camera out there with everybody. But there'll be plenty more cooking videos. This will probably do it for up here. Sunday, which is tomorrow, where the rest of the family's coming up, so the day will be spent with them. And Monday, I'm pulling out. But if you like these camping videos, there'll be plenty more coming up. Summer's just getting started here. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Comment and share if you would. And until next time, see you later.